Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 450 chainsaw. Customer complaint is that it runs erratically. Sometimes it will run, sometimes it won't run. The problem really appears to be in the ignition system. But if we're going to fix the ignition and make the saw run right, we're also going to double check and make sure that there's nothing wrong with the fuel system. So as always, I look in the fuel tank first. If it's full of pond scum, we're going to deal with that. If it looks halfway decent, well, we'll just button it back up and move on. The next thing I like to do is take a look inside the cylinder. That is the heart of the engine. If it's not clean and shiny in there and it's scored and scratched up, well then we're going to have problems, right? So let's pop this spark plug out of here and look inside and see what we got. Well, it looks like the customer put a brand new spark plug in it, so we can't really read the plug. But looking inside, everything in there looks clean and shiny. No scoring issues. Let's check for spark. Instead of just laying the spark plug on the cylinder head and giving a cord a yank, we're going to use this handy dandy spark checker. That red light means no spark. If we get a green light, then we've got spark. And you can see that the light is staying red. So we found our problem. Now here's the wire that is the kill wire going onto the ignition module. I've removed it and I get a green light. So that tells me something in that kill switch circuit is grounding out the ignition module and telling it to kill. But when I test the continuity of that wire, I'm getting mixed results here. Sometimes I have continuity in it, sometimes I don't. There shouldn't be any continuity in that wire right now because the kill switch is not applied. So we probe the, what do we got? The end of the kill switch wire to ground. We got a connection. That's not right. Now I'm in head scratching mode here, so just give me a minute. Okay, now we're going to test from the ground wire through the kill switch to the coil end of the kill circuit. Nothing there. That's normal. It shouldn't have continuity until we hit the kill switch. As long as we have that ground wire removed from the coil, we're going to clean up the connection. Just take some emery paper and clean it up. It must have been a little bit dirty and I didn't like it. The other thing that does is help ensure that I have a decent ground between the ignition module and the cylinder. Alright, we're on the ignition module end of the blue wire to ground. Normal, no connection. We didn't do anything to fix it, but it showed that it was normal. Well, I can't hardly give this thing a pull until I put the starter back on, right? So just remember, we don't think we fixed anything here yet. We're still testing. No spark. Remove the wire, give it a couple pulls. We got spark. So now we're going to look a little deeper into the wiring near the kill switch. I mean, I know there's something wrong with the wiring. I just haven't pinpointed what it is yet. So checking the continuity in the blue wire, that's good. And the blue wire does not appear to be shorted to ground. Take note though of the position of that blue wire while I'm doing the testing. Right now it is connected to the coil, and before when we were testing it, it wasn't connected to the coil. No spark. Alright, so now we got spark. So what's going on here? Customer complaint is spot on. It's erratic. Sometimes it works the way it's supposed to, and sometimes it doesn't. Although, if you really pay attention to what's happening here, when it's not working, the blue wire is connected to the ignition module. And we're going to find out here that it's not necessarily the fact that it's connected, but it's the position of the wire. Let me dig into this a little bit deeper. Right here, I'm discovering the problem. We're going to get this wire loom out of here and take a closer look. Might take a little bit of dinking around to get it out, but we got it. So there is a piece of insulation or shrink wrap or something here that I got to get out of the way so I can show you what I discovered. You can't see it in the video there, but I'm going to show you with the meter what I found. So I got one wire of the meter plugged into the blue wire. The other one, I swiped it across the insulation and I got a connection. And the reason for that is that the insulation was compromised and there was one single strand of that wire hanging out. And when I was testing with the wire disconnected, that little piece that was hanging out wasn't touching the ground. But when I had it on the coil like this and I was testing, that little strand of wire was grounding out to probably the screw head there. So now that we've corrected the problem, let's see if we got spark. We do. And I got a pretty good feeling that we've fixed the problem here. So we're going to button this thing back up and give it a pull and see if it's going to run. Well, that's all I got for you on the Husqvarna 450 chainsaw intermittent ignition. Thanks for watching. Later.